Isn't it just a perfect day for football talk? Blue skies, sunshine on the defending Super Bowl champions. Yes, the Philadelphia Eagles back on the field in South Philly. You're locked into Eagles now, and let me tell you, there's a whole lot to break down coming out of the team's organized team activities. But before we dive into the news, I need to get something off my chest. I'm feeling fired up. And if you're like me, if you bleed green, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. When it comes to the NFC East, it's all-out war. Cowboys, Giants, Commanders, it's go Birds all day, every day. No one likes us, and guess what? We don't care. Now that we got the energy set, let's turn to the field because there's been a wave of updates coming straight from OTAs at the NovaCare complex. First up, defensive coordinator Vic Fangio stepped to the mic and gave us some critical insights about this year's rookie class, including first-round pick Jihad Campbell. Drafted 31st overall, Campbell won't be participating in drills until August due to that shoulder injury he's rehabbing, a torn labrum to be specific. But even though he's not fully active, he's not sidelined completely. Campbell was out there today, helmet on, standing with his teammates. It's progress, even if he's not going full speed just yet. Fangio made it clear that Campbell will begin his NFL career at inside linebacker. That's a position where the Eagles see the most room for growth with him, and honestly, that makes a lot of sense. While he does have edge rushing potential, remember, the guy was one of the top edge recruits in the entire country coming out of high school. He showed real talent in the off-ball linebacker role last year at Alabama. That's the spot where he made the biggest impact. Fangio acknowledged his pass rush upside, but emphasized the complexity and mental demands of playing inside, which is exactly why Campbell will start there. And even though he's not physically taking reps, Fangio was working closely with him during practice, helping him adjust to the NFL pace mentally and picking up the intricacies of the role. Another development came at the cornerback and safety positions. And this is where things get really interesting. Vic Fangio shared some insight about Cooper DeJean, the rookie out of Iowa who turned heads in college with his versatility and explosiveness. Fangio sees DeJean as a potential nickel defender, maybe even a safety, because of the unique skill set he brings to the table. While DeJean mostly lined up on the outside in college, he did a little bit of everything. Slot coverage, edge snaps, run support. And though he only logged a single snap at safety, Fangio thinks that role might actually be the best fit for him in the NFL. Why? Because it magnifies what he already does well. DeJean's a fast, twitchy, reactive athlete who can cover inside receivers, tight ends, and even running backs. We saw flashes of that in the Super Bowl when he was tasked with covering none other than Travis Kelce on a two-point try. He's got the instincts, the footwork, and the toughness you need in a hybrid DB role. On the outside, there's more movement. Kaylee Ringo, Adoree Jackson, and even Eli Ricks have been getting run with the first-team defense. Ricks, an undrafted free agent from a couple years ago, has continued to impress with his length and awareness, showing that he's not just there to fill a body count, he's fighting for real reps. But perhaps one of the biggest stories on defense is about Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, two rookies who could be starting week 1. The Eagles traded up with Washington to get both of them, and DeJean, selected in the second round, was among the highest graded corners in all of college football last season. He's got the production, he's got the polish, and now he's being groomed to lead. That's the expectation. Not just to play, but to set the tone. Avonte Maddox is no longer in the building. He's now a Detroit Lion, and that leaves a hole in the nickel role. Don't underestimate how important he was to this defense over the years. His departure opens up opportunities, and players like Perry Nickerson and rookies like McWilliams out of UCF are getting cracks at that spot. McWilliams ran blazing fast times, sub 4.4, and while he mostly played outside in college, the coaching staff believes his game translates better to the interior in the NFL. Now let's shift to the safety spot, specifically the competition to start opposite Reed Blankenship. Fangio made it clear it's going to take training camp and the preseason to figure out who claims that second safety job. Sidney Brown is in the mix. So is Andrew Makuba, who is the team's second-round pick this year, number 64 overall, out of Texas. Some folks are concerned about his size, but he doesn't play small. In fact, Fangio says Mukuba has been surprisingly physical and looks a bit bigger than expected during OTAs. He's versatile, instinctive, and he flashed impressive ball skills while transitioning to a deep safety role last season at Texas. Andre Sam's another name to watch. A former undrafted free agent out of LSU, Sam's quietly climbed the ladder within this Eagles organization. Coaches like his consistency, and his name keeps popping up whenever safety depth is discussed. Reed Blankenship himself had a great quote when asked about Sidney Brown. He called him a thumper, said he plays like Crash Bandicoot, just wild, full-speed downhill football. That's exactly the type of physical edge you want in a safety. The battle between Brown, Mukuba, Sam, and Tristan McCollum is shaping up to be one of the most competitive positional fights heading into camp. Blankenship is a lock, one of the most underrated defenders not just on this roster, but across the entire NFL. But who lines up next to him? That's still up in the air. As for the linebacker room, the Eagles are facing a different kind of challenge. Nakobe Dean isn't expected back anytime soon as he recovers from a patella tendon injury. And those are no joke. They involve both the quad and the knee, and if you rush the rehab, it can set a player back for months or even longer. Dean says he's ahead of schedule, but Fangio was cautious with his words. Sounded like a guy who's not planning on having him available for week 1. So what does that mean? Right now it's Zach Bond and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. getting the bulk of the work with the ones. Campbell's sidelined, Dean's rehabbing, and that opens the door for Trotter Jr., another rookie to make a name for himself early. It's probably going to be Bond and Trotter Jr. when the Eagles open up the season against Dallas on that Thursday night showdown. Another key position battle is brewing at right guard. Tyler Steen looks like he's in the driver's seat for that job. Last season, the Eagles made the switch from Isaac Sumalo to Cam Jurgens, and now it's Steen's turn to step up. He was a third-round pick 2 drafts ago, and he's been getting all the first-team reps this offseason. The Eagles did lose Jack Driscoll, who signed with the Chargers. And look, for a guy who was just a mauler in the run game last year, you'd think they might want to keep him, but he got a solid deal, 2 years and $20 million. Good for him. Now it's Steen's job to lose. Jordan Davis is another storyline that's hard to ignore. Physically, he looks like a different guy. Vic Fangio said Davis is in the best shape of his NFL career, and Davis himself talked about how he became obsessed with Peloton last season. He said it started with vanity. He noticed his face was looking fuller and decided to make a change. Since then, he's been grinding, and it's showing. Coming out of Georgia, Davis was a 6'6", 340-pound mountain. But the question was always whether he could play more than 2 downs. Was he just a run stuffer, or could he be an every down threat? Last season, something clicked. Down the stretch and into the playoffs, Davis was a monster. He posted an 86.8 overall grade, according to Pro Football Focus in the postseason, which ranked second among all defensive tackles. His pass rush grade was even better, 90 flat, third in the league. He's still got room to improve against the run, but you can't question the leap he's made in terms of conditioning and effort. Nolan Smith, meanwhile, has returned to the field after suffering a torn triceps in the Super Bowl. He's practicing, again wearing a massive brace on that arm, and he said he should be able to start striking with it sometime next week. He also had a really emotional moment with the media, talking about what Brandon Graham meant to him during his rookie year. Smith even keeps a note from BG taped to his mirror at home. It just says, "Be you." That kind of mentorship is rare, and Smith wants to follow in Graham's footsteps. Not just on the field, but as a leader in the locker room. BG is now retired, and the torch is being passed. Smith has the personality, the motor, and now the opportunity to fill that void. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles, and don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL world is buzzing with speculation as whispers circulate about a potential surprise move involving Mekhi Becton and the Philadelphia Eagles. Known for his towering presence and dominant play on the offensive line, Becton's possible return to action has ignited a flurry of rumors and excitement among fans and analysts alike. Could the Eagles be the team to bring back the formidable tackle who has been sidelined due to injury? Sources close to the matter suggest that Philadelphia might be quietly positioning itself for a bold move that could significantly reshape their offensive front. Becton, once a first-round draft pick with sky-high expectations, has battled through physical setbacks, leaving many to wonder if his best football days are still ahead. Now, the whispers hint that the Eagles see something special in Becton's potential return, possibly ready to take a gamble that could pay huge dividends. The NFL community has long speculated about which teams could benefit most from a player of Becton's caliber if he regains full health. Philadelphia's offensive line, known for its grit and tenacity, could be in for a game-changing boost. Rumors indicate that the Eagles front office is exploring all avenues, perhaps eyeing Becton as a key piece to protect their quarterback and open lanes for their running game. While nothing is confirmed, the buzz alone has sparked renewed hope among Eagles fans eager for an offensive renaissance. Of course, there are hurdles to consider. Becton's injury history and time away from the field have raised questions about his durability and long-term impact. Yet the possibility of his return has sparked debate over whether Philadelphia might be the ideal landing spot for a player looking to reignite his career. Could the Eagles offer the right environment for Becton to regain form and fulfill the promise that once made him a coveted NFL prospect? As the offseason progresses, keep an eye on Philadelphia's moves. The rumors surrounding Mekhi Becton's comeback might just be the beginning of a story that shakes up the league. For now, fans and pundits alike can only speculate. But one thing is clear. The NFL is watching closely as this potential comeback unfolds, ready for the surprises it might bring. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.